Hey everyone, back into this evening's video, doing me second Christmas update. We started Christmas updates at the weekend on Saturday evening, of course. The first one was for a very mild sort of Christmas holiday period, most of December actually, and into the new year as well, looking really quite mild, wet and windy, and at times quite stormy also. So we'll see what the model is showing for tonight's run. These charts are coming from website meteosil.fr. It's the CFS 9 monthly model, not the 1 monthly model. That's too that doesn't go far enough out to cover the Christmas period yet. So it's the 9 monthly CFS from the website meteosil.fr. You can find the link to Meteosil on my links page. So before I go on that, just say about the ads. There's links to articles on most pages at adsoffice.com. Have a browse through widgets. So if you're interested, just click through. There's green keyword ads on some of the pages. Right cursor over green keywords to display ads, but click through word. Go to Amazon's website, adsoffice.com. And Gav Shop is open. So if you've got any Christmas shopping to do at Amazon, just click the Gav Shop button sitting underneath the video here, and you go through to Gav Shop, and then from there, click through the Amazon banners and go to Amazon. You can do your Christmas shopping as normal, but because you've clicked through from Gavs Weathervies to Amazon, Gavs Weathervies will earn a royalty fee on everything that you buy. Thanks so much for helping to support the website. Remember, this is just for fun. These charts are highly experimental. No long-range models be relied upon, and particularly when you're just trying to pinpoint sort of 1, 2, 3 days at around 6 weeks away, or whatever it is. So don't take this too seriously. Whatever you do, it's just for fun and for enjoyment purposes only. So with all those caveats in, let's get on with the update, and we're going to start on the 15th of December. It's very similar actually to where we were starting on the last update around the same time. So we've got low pressure around Iceland, high pressure somewhere around the Azores in Spain and Portugal, and bringing this westerly through across the Atlantic. It's temperatures are near normal, perhaps a little bit on the milder side, and it's pretty wet and windy, especially in the north. Now, as we move through the charts, what we find happening as we go beyond the 15th into the 16th and on into the 17th is that we really maintain that westerly flow. So we're keeping heights going across Spain and Portugal. We're keeping the areas of low pressure going up to the north. So it remains generally quite mild and fairly unsettled with bands of rain coming through. Of course, you can't use these particular rain bands and say that that's exactly what's going to happen. So on the 17th of December, we're going to bring a band of rain through. Can't use it like that. We're just really using it for getting an idea of the bigger picture, the general trends that are occurring around this sort of time. So mid-December, often windy, bands of rain coming through, and quite mild as well with an Atlantic westerly flow. As we go beyond that, though, I think a little bit more interesting, going through to the 18th of December, we start to pull down a slightly colder northwesterly flow as this low pressure exits in towards Scandinavia. And there's hints of high pressure beginning to build somewhere around Greenland. So how do things progress as we go beyond that? Well, here we are again on the 18th, pulling down that slightly colder northwesterly wind. And as we go beyond that, actually we pull in really a very cold northerly wind by the time we get through to the 19th, 20th. And high pressure is nosing down there on the 20th of December from Greenland and actually originating up in the North Pole. It's nosing down through the country. Low pressure has gone off to the east, so putting down a much colder northerly wind there, and there would be snow showers in northern east parts of the country in particular, and some hard overnight frost. Temperatures probably around 2 or 3 degrees by day, something like that, but by night it would be pretty cold, temperatures -5, -6 perhaps. Then that high pressure comes to sit through the country really as we go beyond that, so going into the 21st, 22nd, the high pressure is there, no doubt producing a lot of dry weather, but it would be cold. The high is originating from a cold position, so the air underneath it is cold. There'd be some hard overnight frost, maybe freezing fog patches as well, and possibly a snow flurry couldn't be ruled out. But the main thing is that it's quite a cold spell going up to around the 21st, 22nd of December. Now beyond that, the high pressure begins to decline a little bit, and low pressure is trying to come in from the Atlantic. You get fun and games with this because the low pressure is struggling to get in. It's coming into cold air. So 23rd there, that chart would be suggesting a band of snow coming across the country as it hits the cold air, would turn it readily to snow, particularly in the north, but also perhaps in the south as well. So you could get a snow event from that as that comes in on the 23rd of December. Again, you can't really pinpoint this down and say that's definitely what's going to happen on the 23rd of December. It's just the idea about for the trend, the middle of December, quite mild, wet and windy, perhaps colder somewhere in the third week of December. We get through to Christmas Eve. This is the chart for Christmas Eve, and the Atlantic is breaking through, so it turns milder after the 23rd, and any snow would turn back to rain and thaw away. So going through to Christmas Day, this is the chart for Christmas Day, and low pressure is really dominating right over top of the country, so to be a case of showers or longer spells of rain, possibly some colder air being pulled back in around that low pressure, so the showers could turn increasingly wintry perhaps in the north, but it wouldn't be a universal or a widespread white Christmas by any means, because the general flow is off the Atlantic. And then very quickly going just beyond Christmas, and that low pressure moves away to the east of the country as we go in towards Boxing Day, and we start to pull in colder air from the north and the east then as that low pressure exits our way. Notice high pressure beginning to rise up over Scandinavia, so going out to the no man's land between Christmas and New Year, 27th, 28th, and high pressure there over Scandinavia is bringing in this cold easterly wind, so we'll turn cold again after Christmas with some hard overnight frost and possibly some snow flurries in the east. And then beyond that, as we head up towards New Year, the Atlantic has another go, so this could be another snow event coming in sometime around the 29th, 30th. Low pressure is trying to come back in and coming up against that block over Scandinavia, so again fun and games with that as the low pressure tries to come in, cold air would undercut, and you would get rain turning readily to snow. Eventually, again, the Atlantic does break through, so as we get towards New Year's Eve, this chart for New Year's Eve, the Atlantic properly breaking through, turns milder, wet and windy, although eastern Scotland could still be having snow on that scenario, but generally the idea is that up to New Year, it's quite cold. Get to New Year itself, turns milder, wetter and windy, and then into New Year's Day, low pressure is in control, so that would be a typical sort of damp and fairly mild wet sort of New Year's Day. But quite an interesting run there, I think you'll agree, from tonight's CFS. It has a lot more interest for anyone who wants it cold than the first update did. It isn't in itself a desperately cold run by any means, but certainly the patterns are quite interesting. Signs that high pressure trying to nose down at times from Greenland and also trying to build over Scandinavia at times as well. And as I say, we're just really using this for the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is that we start off in mid-December still quite mild, wet and windy, but as we get through Christmas, New Year, although day by day there's changes, the overall idea is that there is blocking around and in quite interesting positions. So we'll see how this develops as we do the third update, which will probably be with you, what day we'd say, probably be with you on Thursday. So we'll see how things are looking on Thursday, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching.